Imagine yourself in an audition. You introduce yourself, you do your monologue, and they like you. So in the back of your mind, you're thinking, okay, I've got a foot in the door. Then they want to get to know you in a 3 to 5 minute time slot. And that's all fine and dandy until they ask you that one open-ended question. And without failure, I get it each and every time I audition. Where have you been? Inferring, why aren't you working more? Well, how the fuck do you answer a question like that? Oh, I've been here, but there aren't enough roles out there for men of color. Or I've been here, but taking care of my grandmother came first. Or I've been here, but I've had drug and alcohol problems since being diagnosed with HIV back in 1991. I don't want to use HIV as an excuse, but, it's been the biggest mind fuck for me. And every time I hear that question, I have this really weird Bob Fosse-ish musical number in my head. I have HIV. I have HIV. I have HIV. I got it in the morning and the night before I go to bed. With my own backup dancers. And that's in my perfect world. People ask questions like where you been and how you doing, but they don't want to hear the truth. The suicide attempts, the days when just getting up doesn't seem worth it. Or do I tell them about the costume designer who asked me if it was all right to wash my costume and undergarments separately? I have enough to deal with in my life without having to explain lapses of employment to a casting director. That could be worse than the reps for Social Security. My problem, I thought if there be any community that would be accepting and compassionate to someone living with HIV, it would be the artistic community. People have told me, if you need anything, just call. Then all you do is call to say hi, and they never have any time. What I found is that folks are very compassionate when it comes to being seen doing something, or if it comes to getting something charitable on the resume, or even better, they're applying for some grant and their mission statement is to be a voice for all those infected with this thing. For the most part, people just don't want to hear the truth about living with HIV for whatever reason. Would knowing an actor on the stage or screen is HIV positive and gay be a problem? Would audience members be able to suspend their thoughts and see the character being portrayed, or would they just see a gay HIV positive man? All these things are just small examples of what I deal with while negotiating my way on the path of living with an illness and following a dream. HIV has been a problem. The bigger issue is the perception, the assumption, the judgments, the stigmas. If I told someone I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, they'd be sympathetic, holding my hand, hugging, compassionate. They'd understand the lapses of employment. You tell someone you have HIV, it's a completely different game.